You open Netflix to relax. 20 minutes later, you are more tired than before. You have not watched anything. You have just spent 20 minutes trying not to choose the wrong thing. This show looks good, but maybe there is something better. That movie has great reviews, but it is 2 hours long. Maybe you should watch something useful. Maybe you should not watch anything at all. And somehow, a decision as small as choosing a show starts to feel like work. Now multiply that feeling by everything. What job should you take? Where should you live? What should you study? Who should you date? Which phone should you buy? What should you do with your money, your body, your future? Every day, your brain enters the same loop. Compare, evaluate, doubt, search again. We were promised that more choice would make us free. More options meant more control. More control meant a better life. So why does having more choice so often feel less like freedom and more like pressure? Psychologists often describe this as the paradox of choice. When you have only a few reasonable options, deciding can be simple. But as the number of options grows, the decision becomes heavier. You have more information to compare, more mistakes to avoid, and more reasons to delay. And even after you choose, your brain may refuse to let the decision end. You accept one job, then keep checking other listings. You buy a laptop, then watch reviews of the one you did not buy. You start dating someone, but the app is still on your phone. The problem is not always that you made a bad choice. Sometimes the problem is that you never stopped choosing. Some people become maximizers. A maximizer does not just want a good option. They want the best possible option. So they research longer, compare more, and keep every possibility open. But the best option is a moving target. The moment you find something good, your brain can imagine something slightly better. Then there are satisficers. They decide what they need, find something that meets that standard, and move on. Not because they do not care, but because they understand something important. A decision does not have to be perfect to be right. Research on maximizing points to an uncomfortable pattern. Maximizers may find strong options, yet still feel less satisfied with what they choose. They gain more information, but lose more peace of mind. None of this is surprising when you remember what kind of brain you have. For most of human history, choice was limited. You ate what was available. You knew a relatively small group of people. Your possible paths were shaped by geography, family, resources, and survival. This was not necessarily a better world, but it was a world with fewer menus. Your brain did not evolve to compare thousands of dating profiles, endless streaming titles, hundreds of career paths, and a marketplace that never closes. It was built to decide with limited information. Now, the information has no natural ending. There is always another review, another product, another person, another path your life could have taken. And every additional option creates an additional life you must reject. That is the hidden weight of choice. When you choose one city, you are not choosing every other city. When you choose one career, you close the door on careers you may never experience. When you choose one person or one direction, your mind imagines the lives that might have existed instead. Economists call this opportunity cost. But emotionally, it can feel like loss. Modern culture makes this even harder because choices no longer feel simple. They feel like identity tests. You are not just choosing a career. You are deciding whether your future will be meaningful. You are not just choosing a partner. You are imagining every possible life you could have had with someone else. No wonder you feel exhausted. You are carrying more decisions than your brain was designed to carry. and calling it freedom because that sounds better than what it actually feels like. But freedom is not the same as having unlimited options. Sometimes, freedom is being able to stop looking. So, what do? First, stop treating every choice like it deserves maximum research. Some decisions shape your life. Most do not. Second, decide your standard before you begin searching. What do you actually need? When something meets that standard, allow yourself to choose it. Third, give the decision a limit, a time limit, a research limit, a number of options. Unlimited searching does not create certainty. It usually creates exhaustion. And finally, let the decision become finished. Close the tab. Stop checking what you rejected. Do not keep asking a choice to prove that it was the best choice in the world. It only needs to be good enough for the life you are actually living. Because a life is not built by keeping every door open. It is built by walking through some doors and accepting that you cannot live every possible version of yourself. You do not have more freedom. You have more decisions. And sometimes, the most freeing thing you can do is choose something good, stop looking, and move forward. Ancient brain, modern traps. And this time, the trap is not having too little. It is having too much of everything, dressed up as freedom.